by my side right now. Yeah. Hey, oh no, beautiful, beautiful.
Hey Pussyos, and welcome back to my channel. I just want to do a disclaimer before I start this video. I'm not doing this video to make this person look like a bad person. This is just a part. This is my story. This is my behalf. She will think one thing, I will think one thing, because we are two different people and we have two different stories. But the truth is, I know what she did and she knows what she did. So there's nothing really to justify it. So further ado, let's get on with this video. So this is a video of me explaining why me and my best friend, well, ex-best friend, ex-girl best friend, Jolene, and me aren't friends no more. So one of the main reasons was she was very controlling. She was a controlling person. And it's crazy because it's like you would look at her and you'd think like, oh my god, she's so sweet, like da 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 da. Oh my god, like she's like, you know, she's everything. She's a really nice person, but controlling over the max. So basically, I met Jolene in middle school when I was a 6th grader and she was a 7th grader because she is a year older than me. And I was being bullied and she stuck up for me. And basically, like, from there, we, like, started getting close. And then she told me, like, hey, like you're a best friend to me, like, this and that, you know? And I don't know, from there, like, we just became best friends. We had a date, like everybody else in their middle school years, like, in their bios, like, hey, best friend, or lo que sea, you know? You already know, like, this is middle school things. But we were close. She was still in the same middle school as me. 6th grade, she was in 7th grade. We were hella close. We were really tight. We would tell each other everything. We would go home, and then the next day we would see each other and be like, oh my god, I went home and I did this and I did that. Like, that's how close we were. Like, we told each other everything. We, like, told each other what we would tell our moms, what we did at the end of the day. We would hang out. We would have, like, days together and stuff, you know? And then she went to 8th grade and I went to 7th grade, and then I started to realize, like, hey, like, my best friend's going to high school. Like, we're not going to be in the same school anymore, and it's really going to be hard for us to keep talking, you know? And it's true. We lost hella touch and stuff like that. And I started getting close to other people. She started getting close to other people. I started posting people as my best friend and stuff. And then she would attack me. She'd be like, she can't be your best friend because I'm your best friend and you've known me longer. And, you know, like, controlling shit, like, way too fucking controlling. Like, she'd be like, she would text people. She'd be like, hey, like, stay away from my best friend. Like, I don't want you near her. And then they would be like, hey, we can't be friends anymore because Jolene is, like, over controlling or whatever. And I would be like, oh my god. Like, you know, it was like the first time she did it, it was like, you know, like, I get it. It's overprotecting, like, because she loves me or whatever. She did it a second time. She did it a third time. She did this so many times, I can't even keep track. That's how many times she did it while she was at a different school. And I thought it was crazy how, like, what the fuck? She was controlling me while she was at a whole ass different school, like, freaking, like, 20 minutes away from where she lives. Like, she had to take, like, I don't know how many buses. And then, you know, I graduated. She went to my graduation. She went to my graduation party. And then my freshman year came along and she was going into her sophomore year. So then we started to, like, bond again, like, being, like, about, like, oh my god, high school's so hard, and, you know, like, this and that. And then throughout my freshman year, I started getting close to a lot of people. I started meeting a lot of new people because the school I was going to, it was private. So, I was the only person that got accepted from, like, the 7 people that were trying to get into that school. So I was, like, kind of a loner because, like, everybody else, like, came. There was, like, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that came from the same, like, middle school. And then there was just me. There was me, the loner. I was the motherfucking... Literally, I was the motherfucking loner because I was the only one from, like, all the schools that it was just one person that got picked. I was, like, mind-blowing. You know? And so then me and Jolene started getting close again because it was like, we had something to talk about, like my high school, like my freshman year, like she would give me tips and things, you know? But then I started getting close to people and I started posting them. And then she would text them and she would be like, hey, I don't want you around her. Like, she would literally find their social medias. She would scroll through my searching, like, of who I followed, and she would literally look for the person's name, because I would post my friends and I would say their names, and she would go through it, like, stalking these people, and like text them and be like this and that, and then she would send me screenshots of those people, and she'd be like, oh my god, like, can you believe they went here, like they must be spoiled or whatever. I was like, stop searching up my friends, like, stop trying to figure out everything about their lives. And I thought it was like, oh my god, she's like going crazy. So then freshman year ended, and then it was a summer going into my sophomore year, and then I was no longer gonna go to that private school. I was gonna go to a normal high school because I was gonna be a normal person. In the summer, I had my quinceañera, and I had her in it, and she actually, like, not a lot of people know, but she caused a lot of drama around the time of my 15. She started getting really mad because she was all like, oh my god, you have all these people, like, I don't even know. She would act so stingy, and so, like, she would try to hide herself from one of the girls that was in my court. I felt so bad, and I know the girl felt uncomfortable. She was gonna do it, she was gonna be in my dance, but then she was like, oh my god, I'm too shy. No, the truth is, I knew damn well inside, like, she was, like, scared of, like, Jolene, and, like, she didn't want to be there in that environment. And you know what, I'm not gonna argue about it or anything. Like, I agree with it. Like, I would be uncomfortable too. Like, Jolene would make faces at this girl, and she would, like, cause problems, and I would tell Jolene, like, you need to stop, because this is my practice, and this is an important day to me. And she wouldn't give a fuck. She would come to the next practice and the next practice, and she would keep with their shit. So then she left my court. I had to find the next person I found for my court. She couldn't do it, so she left my court. And then I finally found a replacement, and then Jolene started making faces and started saying things about who is now my best friend, my bestie Nessa. If you guys don't know who that is, you should probably know, because we are always together and we are so tight. Vanessa and me, that's my homegirl. That is a best friend. And you know what? She started saying things about Vanessa, and then after my quinceañera, like, I, like, straight up told her, I was like, you are not allowed to say things about my friends and stuff. So actually, we're going back to freshman year. Midway of my freshman year, I started dating a guy, and we were, like, on and off. And then Jolene, she knew who he was. He knew who she was. He knew my boyfriend knew who Jolene was. Jolene knew who he was. He knew her cousin, because they go to the same high school, Jolene and her cousin. And he told me that, oh, like, Jolene's cousin is like a sister to me or whatever, you know. So then he told me that, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool, like, they know each other, like, we can talk about something, you know. And I thought that would bring me and Jolene's relationship closer, and it kind of did, but it also, like, brought up a lot of problems, because then when we were, like, on and off, and I would tell her, she'd be like, oh my god, it's not right for you, like, maybe, like, through your relationship he would start hitting you and things, and this and that. And then when we broke up, we had, like, a long ass time off, and then we got back together. He, like, told me, he's like, hey, like, I need to tell you something. Like, before I say, like, this little story, like, it's really small, it's not that long to talk about. The thing that got me mad, and, like, the thing that got me, that I'm mad at myself for, is that I didn't tell Jolene, or I didn't go at her for this. So basically, Jolene had always talked shit about my boyfriend, and said how, like, he was, like, nothing, he was shit, like, I should break up with him, like, he was nothing, like, you know what, like, he's just gonna ruin your life, like, you know, like, stupid things, you know, like, stupid remarks, like, really, like, she didn't even really know him, like, you know, and she was just judging him. And so when we broke up, I had noticed that Jolene was on, at that time, my ex's sister's account. I noticed that while I was scrolling through my spam, I still had her on my spam, and I was scrolling down, and I had seen that Jolene was commenting, like, hearts and things under her account, and I was all like, oh, like, maybe, like, they know each other and whatever, you know. And so then what had happened was, when we had gotten back together again, he was all like, hey, like, I gotta tell you something. Like, Jolene tried getting at me and, like, sent me things that I'm not gonna say because I don't want to say because I think it's embarrassing and I'm not gonna say. Some of you might be out there like, oh my god, I know what it is, he, like, da da da. You know what? Say what you want to say. I know the truth, but I'm not gonna say it because it's low-key embarrassing and I don't want to put that out there and make her look like a person that she isn't. And so then he like sent me like all the messages and like the screenshots and things, and I wanna put them up here, but I don't want to put them up here because um for certain reasons, like because I don't have permission from him to like post it or whatever, and I just don't feel like posting it because it's like it's really private and like the things I say back are like horrible and like I don't want to like show that. But anyways, she would like she tried getting at him and he tried explaining to her like, hey, like I was literally with your best friend and things. And I think the thing that like got to me was like at first I was like, the true reason why I didn't want to go at Jolene for it was because I was like, hey, like, no, she would never do this. Like, I know Jolene, like, she's not that type of person. But then when I saw the messages and everything, and I actually did a little history on Jolene, and I went back on her, like, through, like, this is gonna sound fucking, like, stalking shit, but, like, through her, like, elementary history and, like, everything, I found out, like, that she's done this before to a girl in the high school she goes to now, and I was like, holy motherfucking shit. So yeah, but to be clear, we are not best friends. She blocked me on all her social medias. She recently like blocked me on everything. Right after she blocked me, 4 girls, not one but 4 fucking girls started following my Instagram, my main account. Because if you don't know, my main account is not private anymore. It's not private because like, why do I want to be private? Like, I'm so beautiful. And then I went on there and it said that Jolene, her Instagram, it says like she follows her, and I'm close to one of Jolene's cousins. I'm not gonna say her name, but she's like my age. It said that both of them had followed those girls, and then right after when I clicked on Jolene's account, she blocked me, and then those accounts didn't show her anymore. So I guess she had these girls. I don't know if these girls were gonna come after me or whatever, but I was like, this is fucking childish. Are you fucking serious? So I was like, I'm over it, whatever. But we aren't best friends because she's a controlling ass person. She doesn't know what space is. She wanted to be all up in everybody's fucking business. She went behind my back and fucking, she tried getting at my ex or my boyfriend, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was just too much. And then like when I told her, I was like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore, she'd be like, I'm so scared to go to the laundromat because I don't want to see you, and my mom's gonna be like, why aren't we friends? I was like, bruh, just tell her we're not friends. Like, you don't need to explain to your mother what the fuck you did because you know you did something wrong and you know you're gonna get in trouble for it. So really, she just started making all these excuses. She's like, oh my god, I don't want you going to the laundry. I was like, bitch, how the fuck am I supposed to do my laundry? Like, that's literally where I go do my laundry. Like, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to go across the street from where I live and do laundry. Like, girl, you probably have a laundromat place closer to you, but you just don't want to go there because you want to be all up in my mother space. But yeah, all I have to say, people, is friends are not forever. So find that one true friend. Like, I have my bestie Nessa at the moment. All I gotta say is, we only live once. Don't fuck yourself over a stupid girl. And I call her stupid because I hate the stupid shit she did to me. But this was a part of my life that I wanted to put out there because a lot of people had a lot of comments to say about it, and I was tired of explaining it one by one, reasons why we aren't best friends no more. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and there will probably be a part 2 to this video, so watch out, bitches, because this was not the full story. So